Alive and alert on the north side of the dirt. It is your man D-Real coming at you with another Be Real with D-Real, where edutainment explains it. Blood Hunt. I got the red label. Okay. I am so glad I changed my mind a month ago and said I'm gonna go ahead and check out Blood Hunt. This joint goes hard in the paint. Man, I know a lot of y'all done read it, but I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all the cap. You know what I'm saying? The way I give a recap, I give a review. If you ain't seen this joint or read it, spoilers. But before we do that, let's do what we need to do so we can do what we want to do. Comment, like, subscribe, and share to the Be Real with D-Real page so that when new material comes out, you get it. If you're digging what a brother shoveling put some dirt in my bucket, comment, like, subscribe, and share, because edutainment is what I do. Let's get active. Let's get into it, y'all. Now, for those of you that don't know, there are two different versions of the same issues of Blood Hunt. First time this has ever happened in the history of comics, as far as I know. You have the regular, not as gory version, and then you've got the red label version, which has got all of that in there. Now, let me get y'all into the story, man, so we can have our ooh-wee moment. Just like that now. That there is the Earth. That's the Earth covered in dark force. How did it get covered in dark force? Someone somehow manipulated dark force users into opening up apertures in the dark force and letting dark force flood into the Earth dimension to the point where it covered the Earth. So if dark force covers the Earth, guess what can't get in? Sunlight. Yes, sir. And that's how we blood hunting. Avengers are on the scene. Wanda sees it and she's telling Iron Man about it, and Iron Man and her have a really funny exchange where he says to her, why don't you just use magic? And she tells him, yeah, I can do that, but when I get done, I'm gonna go over here and punch Galactus, and why don't you do it with your robot suit? You know, Wanda, like, I'm tired of y'all, trying to say magic is the fix for everything. But that's what's going on. Sun's out. So there's a lot of foolishness going on. Now, introducing you to Blood Hunt. Red label. Jed MacKay, who does phenomenal work on Avengers, and my man Pepe Larraz, who art be off the chain all the time. What's the difference? There's your regular version. White label. Now, these vampires have overrun the planet. That's Milan. That's Lagos. That's Calgary. Vampires everywhere. Dead people everywhere. Now, I'm getting ready to show you the differences in the regular and the red label. Other than one costing $1 more, but trust me, you're getting a lot for your buck. Here, boom. There's Cartagena, Colombia, and Daegu, South Korea. Okay? Look at the picture on the left. Look at the picture on the right. See the difference? Same page, red label comic. Look at the picture on the left. Look at the picture on the right. Little teeny tiny bit more gore. And I mean, that's about, as far as the subtleties go. But trust me, they are gaping. When you look and compare very closely, you're like, oh, wait, goodness gracious. Doomstat Latveria. Vampires chasing people, but they can't get in there because we know Dr. Doom, being the technical genius and sorcerer that he is able to keep Doomstat safe. Anybody can come to Doomstat. That'll mean they'll be loyal because I protected them. See, even when Doom's protecting, he's manipulating. So that's what makes him the villain of all villains. Meanwhile, Miles Morales is fighting vampires, takes one out, and then guess who's there? Blade. Wow. Blade said things are looking bad, Spider-Man, but I got a plan, and I need you to do something. What Spider-Man needs to do is probably going to be continued in Spider-Man's comic book. More than likely, it's going to end him up in a mess of trouble with a bunch of vampires. Fair assumption. Anyway, here's the Avengers taking out vampires, and they don't know why this is happening and who's making it happen. Then they get a call from Blade in a big old truck talking about, I got information and I need y'all to teleport me up to the impossible city, which they do. When the truck arrives in the impossible city, there is no Blade in it. But you know who is in that sucker? The Blood Coven. Time out. Time out. Who is the Blood Coven? I'm so glad you asked. I think I talked about this in an older video. Now, the Blood Coven is a team of superpowered vampires. So they ain't just your normal everyday vampires. Okay. Clockwise, we got Cruel. Cruel is a vampire or a supernatural creature that feeds on pain. Damascene, his dermis is so impenetrable that he can break it off and hurl projectiles, darts, knives, whatever you want to call them, at people, beings, and penetrate them, whether they are intangible or invulnerable. Oh my. Then we've got Smoke Eater. Smoke Eater literally feeds on spirit. Unusual feeds on magic. Megrim feeds on thoughts and leaves them in pain. Bloodstorm 1, leader, and from what I've read, is made from a clone of Count Dracula. Ooh. Back to the Bloodstorm, and here we go. There we go. Unusual sucking magic. Damascene slashing Thor. Bloodstorm 1 tossing T'Challa into Sam. That seems to happen a lot. And then we got Damascene skewering Vision. Cruel, being cruel to Iron Man. And Sam decides to do this. Of all the people to jump up and try to square up with, why are you going to square up with the biggest, most dangerous one? And as you can see, he getting tossed. Thor's getting stabbed. Wanda's continuing to get her magic sucked on. She's a woman, so I'm not pausing. Iron Man is in his armor freaking out. Meanwhile, Thor's telling him, you can't kill me. It might hurt, but I ain't going to die. And Damascene tells him, I don't want to kill you. I want to keep you. Boom. Right to the head. Remember when I was telling y'all a couple months ago about that issue of Black Panther during the Christopher Priest run where he got shot in the head with a higher powered rifle and got put down? They making it look easy. They taking Avengers out with ease. Coordinated attacks. They asses are laid out. T'Challa makes the decision they don't need to cut and run because they ain't ready. So he wants the impossible city to dimension shift. Maybe he can dimension shift into a dimension that's got a sun and they can deal with the situation. But nah, Cruel can even cause pain to machines. Sam, like they thought of everything. Nope, not quite. T'Challa is going in for preserving Sam. Preserving Sam. Why? Because look what Bloodstorm said earlier. Captain America, you I particularly want. You'll be a fine prize for the master when I turn you. You'll be our symbol. Then your species will weep. See, T'Challa understands the importance of symbols. And so in that moment, T'Challa's not attacking. T'Challa is sacrificing himself to give Sam time to escape. Bloodstorm 1 doesn't like that. Falcon's beginning to teleport. Thor's laying on the ground doing his best impression of a pincushion, and Iron Man and Captain Marvel know they got to cut and run. I like what Scarlet Witch says, defiant to the end. She told him, run, Avengers, and return with bloody-handed revenge. And because T'Challa is letting Sam escape, Bloodstorm 1 punishes him. Look at that. That is the red label version, y'all. You ain't going to get that in a regular comic book. And when you're angry because somebody escaped, you know, he's screaming like, that reminds me of Star Trek II, the Wrath of Khan. Khan! And he got away. Meanwhile, Blade has made a trip to the Sanctum Sanctorum. And of course, we would want to consult with Doctor Strange in a situation like this. It's supernatural. He's the Sorcerer Supreme. Why not? And so he's trying to find out what's happening from Blade. And Blade's telling him it's a vampire uprising. And automatically, you know, it doesn't make sense for Dracula to do this, because if you've been keeping up with what Dracula's doing through the Blade comics, Dracula has established a vampire nation already. So why would Dracula want to do this? Wouldn't be him. But Doctor Strange says that anyway, and Blade tells him, nah, it ain't nothing like that, Doc. Do you know who put out the sun? Do you know who released the children of the night? Do you know who assembled and killed the Avengers? Do you know who the leader of this structure is? Clearly, Doctor Strange don't, because he's got a sword coming out of his chest. It's Blade? Oh my God, please let this be a demon that looks like Blade, or a creature that has assumed Blade's form, or a vampire that can shapeshift. I absolutely refuse to believe that Blade has went bad. But then again, maybe the ramifications from Blade's recent 10-issue series might have some kind of effect. Might he have gone over to the dark side because he opened up and let Dracula tap, you know, his full potential? There's a thought. So this is Blood Hunt, y'all, and this is how it's gonna be going for the next couple of months, all through the summer. I'm here for it. I'm ready. I'm gonna be picking up Black Panther's crossover, and if somebody else's crossover strikes me, maybe. But yeah. This is the Dookie and smell. This is some good stuff, man. Y'all need to get down on this for real, for real, for real. They ain't playing. They went through the Avengers in record time. Please come back next month to see what's happening with Blood Hunt. That's it for now, y'all. But fret not, I'll be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other.